Discord is at the heart of Cross Atlantic Gaming. So today, it's sponsoring us. Come down, join us. Links are in the show notes. Now it's time for Fight For Me. Fight for
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 81 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host, Risky the Kid, and joining me this week is my co-host, Moose.
What's up, gay?
Hey, Moose. And joining us in our rotating third chair for this week, a man who has not been on the show in quite some time, Ledonian.
What's going on, guys? I'm still alive.
He has returned from Azeroth. Did he bring gifts?
I wish I was at Azeroth for that long, but sadly I only spent like a month in Azeroth. And
only a month in a 30-year-old game, huh?
Yeah, that's more time than anybody needs.
But I've spent the last month in a real-life house flipper game. Way less fun than the game is. So
I was going to say, didn't you actually buy that game
Oh,
on your PC?
yeah, the game is
the House
fun.
Flippers game?
Yeah, the game is fun. The real game, not so fun.
Well, I guess you're just going to play Fixer Upper and then keep this one then instead of trying to flip it, I guess.
It's got like 5 years.
Nah,
That
every
was
2
all.
years, dude. That's how you make money. Turn and
Oh, yeah.
burn.
Every 2 years?
Yep. Every 2 years, you don't have to pay capital gains taxes after that.
I should have left already.
Yep.
Next
Yep.
time.
Oh, dude, I've been in my house for 9 years. I'm just an
you're
idiot.
done.
Yeah.
Done for.
I'm losing money at this point, right?
Exactly.
No, that's not true.
Oh, somebody needs to explain adult life to me.
Yeah.
Someday. Once I stop eating Hot Pockets for dinner, I guess we can have that talk.
Sure. Yeah, get married first, and that's like step one, and then we'll
Hey,
talk
we're
about all that
8
other
months.
stuff.
8
Ooh,
months.
got a
10
date
months.
set.
10 months. October 17th. Everybody's
Look out.
invited.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, everybody's invited.
It's 2 days after my anniversary.
Oh, yeah. So you're supposed to remind me every day for the rest of forever that I have that
Yep.
coming up.
Anniversary's coming up. All right, got it.
Perfect. All right. Before we get into the show, this is a Patreon episode. So, without further ado, the names are in the hopper. And this is actually for 12 months of Game Pass Ultimate or the $25 gift card to whatever you want.
Yeah, whichever you don't want, I'm taking. So choose
So-
wisely.
Yeah, one's worth a little more than the other. Anyways, all right, let's see who our winner is. Kathy Sullivan Duel.
All right.
Yeah,
She'll
Kathy.
probably take that
woo!
gift card.
Yeah, she'll definitely go on Amazon for that bad boy.
All right, cool.
So I'll let her know. Kathy,
That's
you won. Appreciate you supporting us.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kathy. Yeah, just get a hold of Moose, and we'll take care of that for you.
And if that's any of my other friends that are listening, that's 2 out of 3 that have supported and won. So,
That's true.
Just saying.
It's like you're picking these.
Just touch the golden goose or moose, I should say, and
Touch the golden moose.
I like that. We should
Congrats,
make that
Kathy.
like an icon on Discord.
Just Moose's face, but gold, or just a moose.
I was thinking of
That's
moose.
gold.
That's gold.
Okay.
Hey, you're the graphic design guy, so you
I'll do
show
whatever's
us.
easier.
You find us that, and I will emoji it. That's the easy part. Anyways, if you want to be like Kathy, you can head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast, and you can support the show there. We have Patreon drawings monthly. We also throw up free content here and there. So go over there, check it out, and just go give that a look-see, and you can be more like Kathy. Anyways, another week in gaming. What have we all been playing? I'm going to start with Ledonian because he hasn't been here in so long, so I'm sure he has thousands of games to talk to us about. So let's start.
Just thousands, yes.
Just
Thousands.
exactly 1,000. Let's start with some Pokemon.
Yes.
That was close.
The Pokemon Sword. Really enjoying this game. Definitely going to be a contender for my game of the year again. But it's weird. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing. I don't know what any of these Pokemon are. And so I'm changing my lineup more than I've ever changed it in a Pokemon game ever.
That's how I play all Pokemons because the last game was my first one. So
Oh.
it's a lot of Googling for me. Just what beats this? What beats this? What is,
Yeah.
So like if
basically
you get
look
a
'em all
new
up.
lightning main, you just kind of swap them over. Or did you try to have like one of each element, or
Yeah, so and that's another thing is like usually I like go lightning, water, fire, leaf, or grass, and then ground, I think, and psychic. But like I'm going like weird stuff that I've never done, like dragon, and then rock, and I don't know, like it's just like I'm finding these cool Pokemon, and so
I feel like it used to be so easy when I used to be really into it, where it's had like fire, grass, water.
yeah. Now
maybe
there's like dark.
a couple other. Now there's like fairy and dark and ice.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I'm actually like almost losing battles because I don't know what these Pokemon are weak to.
Yeah.
You gotta use the Google.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to like kind of experience.
out.
Yeah,
Have you gotten a Master Ball yet? And what did you use it on?
I have
Was
not
it a-
gotten them. I've gotten a
Was it
few
a
Ultra Balls.
Rapidash?
No,
They're
but
pretty elusive.
Who told you that?
I told myself that. It was a horse that was on fire, and it was giant.
Can't
Like,
pass this one
holy
up.
cow, you gotta use that Master Ball right now, or this thing's getting
Master
away.
Ball.
did you
go.
ever catch Mewtwo, or did you even find Mewtwo?
No, dude, I got a new Switch since then. I gotta start over.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was one of the games that didn't carry over with cloud saves.
I didn't even look, but I assume so.
I
haven't
it
even-
might have been.
Yeah, I haven't even put the cartridge in, so.
But yeah, it's a good game. My only complaint is like the gym battles. I feel like I'm not like the wild zone is like a big open area, and I get like lost in there for hours and hours just because I like shiny Pokemon over
Shiny
there.
things. That's
Yeah, but and not actually a shiny Pokemon, just like a Pokemon.
Those
regular.
are super rare.
Yeah,
Well, no,
I've
they
not
do
actually
have those
seen one of
ones
those yet.
that, like, are they called shinies?
The ones that are kind of glowing
They have, like,
green.
reflective, yeah.
Yeah, no, those
Okay.
are like a rarer one. They do
Gotcha.
give you a higher experience bonus when you catch them, but they're
Right.
not shiny technically. But I'm finding the gyms are like so quick in between because like there's no Team Rocket to go foil their plans in every town, like whereas in the older games it used to be like, all right, go gym battle and then go defeat Team Rocket and then go gym battle again. Whereas this one's like gym battle, gym battle, gym battle, gym battle.
And then back to the wild for 14 hours.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the Pokemon are super difficult to catch, which is kind of cool because like in the old games,
You catch everything pretty easily.
yeah. You think it's too easy, Ryan? Wow.
Ryan in chat says the game's way too easy. So
He's a Pokemon master though, so
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
don't.
He's
I don't
been playing
know.
since what, like Red and Blue days or something like that?
Yeah, that was
Probably.
the only days that I was a part of.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I don't
I
know
only
any of
like
the
when I see a
days.
Pokemon I know, like I caught a Magikarp. I'm like, all right, Gyarados, you're gonna be my water Pokemon. Just 'cause
Right.
he's
You're just so
OP.
familiar with the older ones that it's like, oh, Pikachu. Well, that's my lightning Pokemon.
Nah, I
from
chose
here on
not
out.
to go with Pikachu just because I've had so many Pikachus.
Yeah. You haven't had so many Magikarps. You saw a Magikarp flopping around and you're like, I need that.
No, Gyarados, I had no idea about when I was a kid actually because I never bothered to level him.
Because who would want to level
Yeah.
up that stupid fish that doesn't do anything?
Yeah. So, but yeah. Overall, game's fun. Can't wait to beat it and then start trading with everyone.
With Blade. Or
Yes,
So do
yeah.
you really need to
Blade.
trade with everyone, or you just need to trade with one person that has the other game?
I mean, you could trade with someone who has the same game as you if
But
they've caught
why?
one that you haven't.
maybe they just want
Oh,
to share the
I see.
wealth.
Yeah.
Not chocolate.
I'll be-
He wouldn't share with you.
It'll be interesting to see because I feel like the dynamic of this game is way different. With like your rival and you being best friends.
Oh, God, it's so cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
make us better, you'll be my rival. We'll be best friends.
Yeah, and then he gets in that like weird kind of like, oh no, I got defeated. I'm no good. I'm ashamed of my brother's name. It's like, bro, just Go
And
be
that's a
emo
little
somewhere
bit
else.
unhealthy how much he likes his older brother too, right?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah. But overall, awesome game. Having fun.
Good. Yeah, from what I've played, I've enjoyed, but that hasn't been much. So someday I'll get back to it. Right?
How many
Moose?
badges do you have?
I don't know. I've been staying off it because I thought you were playing it hot and heavy, so I haven't
What?
messed with it.
I've gotten one gym badge.
I haven't
That's
gotten
not bad.
any. I'm still out in the wilds of the first area.
To be fair, I probably spent the first like 5 or 6 hours of that game in
Yeah,
the wild.
I just
so-
have caught like all the weird ones in the caves, the big guys, and they all have really low health, and I don't feel like either A, looking up what I need to make for curry, or B, running past everything to go to a place to heal them all. So that's where I'm at in that game at that point.
such a weird the whole curry thing.
I have not.
So
I've made
strange.
curry like twice.
So totally unnecessary then.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You just go back to the hospitals when your guys are
Yeah.
low health?
I mean, yeah. Or I just carry revives or potions on me.
That's
Yeah.
what, like, the entryway to the first wild section, at least, there's a lady, like, on the other side of the entrance that's just like, here, I'll heal your Pokemon. But she's just, like, a lady in overalls. She's not,
Good to
like,
know. I
at a
will look for
Pokemon
that.
center.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
that-
look for her.
Yeah, it's real strange. And you wouldn't realize it until you went up and actually talked to her. Because then she's just like, can I heal those for you? Like, I don't know. Can you? You don't look certified.
Who'd you start with, Ladonian?
Ooh, good call. Who was the starter
Scorch
Pokemon?
Bunny, I think,
What did you do that for?
because he turns into a badass soccer player at the
Looks-
end.
Well, looks real weird.
He
Yeah.
looks
I was gonna pick the leaf.
Grookey.
Yeah, just because I like gorillas.
Yeah.
Grookey's
but-
final evolution's pretty dope.
Yeah, doesn't he beat people with logs or something?
That's what it
He's
looks
got
like.
like a drum or something.
Yeah.
But I really like. I've always liked like Pidgey and Pidgeot and Pidgeotto
Pidgeotto.
and stuff. And they have a new bird. I didn't even know what it's called in this game, but it has like 3 evolutions, and the final one is like a black looking raven thing. It looks so awesome. It's like my new favorite Pokemon.
So yeah, I don't know a lot of this roster, obviously, but it's kind of cool seeing something and then thinking that 2 evolutions down the road it could actually look way cooler than the thing that you have right there in front of you.
So all these new Pokemon have 2 evolutions to them?
I mean, it depends. Some
Okay.
might not have any. Some will have 2. Some will have 3. I don't think it goes
Yeah.
any
I
further
think
than
most
3,
have
though.
2. Good ones have 3. Corviknight. That's it, Ryan. Thank you, sir. That's my new favorite Pokemon.
He just looks like a raven.
He looks like a hawk, like a black hawk, I would say, or eagle. I don't know. He's huge. It's awesome.
Is that why
He's-
you like him? Because he looks like a Blackhawk? He's from Chicago, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah. Ooh, zinger.
Go.
Their team's really in the dumper right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
How about them wings, all right? I can just actually say something because the Avs are good this year.
Go
Yeah.
hockey.
Hockey. Woo. I had 3 Stanley Cups in the past like 10 years, so I'm good for a while.
That's true. Share some with someone else.
Yeah. Gosh, I've totally lost my train of thought. I'm done.
Pokemon's great. All right, keep playing it, and when you beat it, let us know.
And Corviknight is a sweet black hawk.
Black Hawk.
Hawk. Make sure you get that H in there.
Yep. Thanks. The first time he said it, I was like, "What did he say?" Yeah, that's what he just said. All right, Moose, you've been busy. You got holiday stuff going on. You've got family staying with you for an eternity, I guess. So you're having some family switch time. What games are you pulling out for the old family?
This actually was the only weekend we had off between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So
Oh, so there's no one in the house.
no, it
besides
was just me and the
your actual
girls.
family.
Yeah. And so the girls have been begging me to play Switch or play video games with them for a few days, few weeks, something like that. And so I figured we'd start out with a little Captain Todd,
Cat and Todd.
let them do that for a while. And it was semi-effective.
They're
The
almost
two-
pro gamers.
Oh, yeah, dude, they're so good. They're actually figuring out, like, that game is really good to teach kids as far as, like, using camera angle and moving the camera to where you can walk straight and all that, because that's essentially all that game is walking around, moving the camera and looking
Collecting
for
treasure.
clues. Yeah. So we got through, I want to say like 4 or 5 levels, and the youngest one, or the middle one, Taylor, she really loved doing the find the troll or find the toad. He like is a 8-bit version of himself spray painted somewhere on the level after you beat it once, and then you just spin the level around till you see him, and then you put the cursor on him and click the trigger, and then it like gives you a bonus and all that. And that was her favorite part. And then the 6-year-old actually did pretty well, and she was, by the 3rd or 4th level, she was figuring everything out by herself, and so it's pretty cool. And then they wanted to play Mario Kart after that, so I just turn on the auto gas, auto turning, and they play bumper bowling.
Heck yeah, that's
That's amazing.
Yeah.
the different like or switches you can toggle on and off for difficulty in Mario Kart are so good for young kids. Like
yeah, auto gas and auto turning. What else?
Because then can't you also use the Switch as like a motion controller? Like lean it to the left and it drives to the left, lean it to the right. Like that's awesome.
So yeah, I guess they sell those little wheels, kind of like they did with the Wiimotes.
Yeah,
you could
like
throw
set
the
the little
Joy-Cons in.
Joy-Con into it. Yeah,
But I actually haven't played the Wii as far as motion controls, other than Mario Odyssey. So I couldn't tell you as far as that on tennis or this game. So I guess I'm the worst.
With Captain Toad, is that like a multiplayer or is it single player?
Yes, you can play one of 2 ways in multiplayer. One way is you play as Toad, and then you play as a sidekick, which is like a purple mushroom character, and they both just kind of run around the level at the same time, and it's kind of a fight over the control of the camera at that point. You've got to kind of decide, all right, player 1 is doing the camera control, or literally it kind of fights back and forth. And then the other way is player 1 just does it normal, and then player 2 uses the Joy-Con kind of as like a cursor, and they point at things on the screen and kind of help you locate different, you know what I mean? So so like you point at different things and say, okay, well, this is how you get to there, or so. Those are the 2 ways that you can play multiplayer, but they both worked out well, and like I said, it was a great game for teaching kids the basics of playing those type of games.
Yeah, for sure. It's like with Minecraft being a good intro to first-person shooters, or just the first-person perspective, I guess, and like walking around and strafing while looking in different directions. And
unfortunately, Hootie just recently got herself a Roblox account, so I have
boy,
no idea what is going on in that game.
Oh man,
but there's some weird stuff.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's some stuff that you might actually have to keep an eye on. I feel like some sketchy stuff goes down in the dark corners of the Roblox
she was getting ready to type in chat, and I'm like, what are you doing? I was like, don't talk to people on the internet.
Is that on her tablet?
On her tablet, yeah. So, but she can't get into it. I blocked it under my account, so she can't get on it unless I turn it on for her.
Good deal.
So, but yeah, she's well into the Roblox, and right now she just likes doing, I guess there's some sort of like American Idol type game in there.
Just a whole bunch of singing?
Yeah, everybody just takes turns going up on stage and doing like karaoke, essentially, is what I get from it.
So what do you actually do?
I don't know. She just pushes buttons and it like dances.
Oh, so it's not like a karaoke thing where she's singing or anything?
Yeah, there's no camera or microphone or anything like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, but she did.
Cool, I guess? Question mark.
Yeah, they did get a karaoke machine for us for Christmas, so hopefully that's not a...
You did that to yourself?
My God, man.
I think actually it has a Bluetooth remote that I can download an app, so I can just like download or turn down the volume from wherever I'm at.
From wherever?
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with it, guys. The volume's just stuck at 6.
It keeps just turning itself down, and they're like, "Oh, I guess we're just gonna have to scream louder then."
Yeah, that's no problem around here anyways, but they love, like, Hey Google is their favorite thing right now, so I just figured...
Talking to all the robots?
Exactly.
They're going down a dark path, Moose.
No, I already I let Google know what's up daily, so... in front of my kids. So
Just calling them bad names and stuff.
Yeah, and you show them who's boss. Like I'd say, hey Google, go jump in a lake. I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. That's basically how it goes.
So eventually you're just going to take the Google Home, take the girls down to the river, and be like, this is what happens when you talk back and you're a robot. And then just chuck your Google Home into the lake.
Yeah, she knows not to talk back. So far we're on a decent standing.
It's all right, fair.
When we would babysit my landlord's son, his favorite thing would be asking Google random questions. And the questions that he would come up with would just be hysterical. Like, hey, Google, what's your favorite color? And then, oh God, my phone is responding.
Something's listening.
Yeah.
But it would just be, like, super funny to
Just
hear.
activated so many Google
I
Homes.
know.
Oh, God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So getting Switch in with the family sounds like
Yep.
a good time. Good,
No doubt.
good system for that. Best console for that for sure.
Good thing to introduce them into gaming. There's a few on the Xbox too, but as far as, family fun entertainment, you're pretty safe on the Switch.
Right.
But
Well,
there's Bayonetta on the Switch too, so
Put a lock on that thing.
yeah, no doubt.
Speaking of games that aren't family friendly or on the Switch, I've been playing some Arizona Sunshine. Have you heard of this? Has anyone heard of this?
No.
Nope.
All right. Not surprising. It's a VR title. Woo!
Oh,
And
okay.
during the it must have been the Steam
Is
Black
this a
Friday,
zombie
Cyber
one?
Monday sale. What?
Is this a zombie one?
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
my wife was just telling me about a zombie game out on Oculus right now that's supposed like all her IT guys are talking about.
I don't. I think this is. I thought it was old. This one's older. I
Okay.
think this is like from a couple years ago. Either way, it's still a great showcase for what that system can actually do. And if you think, like Moose, you know how you don't like scary movies, or
Yeah.
scary games.
Oh
or
yeah,
anything
scary
like that?
VR. That's right up my
Oh,
alley,
boy,
right?
put yourself into that.
Just immerse yourself in it
Lord.
instead of just one dimensional. Just go ahead and jump inside.
Yeah, so it's actually really well done. You wake up at your like campsite. You can tell you're in Arizona with all the big tall rocks. There's just desert everywhere, and you get a call in from this radio that's like at your campsite, and then you're basically just trying to go to figure out how to get to this place called Arizona Sunshine. It's like a camp or something like that, is what I'm gathering. So you're off to go do that. You have guns. You find guns along the way. Obviously, you can holster 2 on your sides, and then you can also carry 2. You got spots for grenades that are like around your chest and whatnot. The cool thing about this, because it does get super stressful when you're dealing with a bunch of zombies. So in order to reload, it's not like some of the more tactical shooters I've played on there, where you actually have to like pick up a clip with your left hand and then insert it into the gun and then pull back the whatever. I'm not gun savvy. Pull back the thing to lock it into place or whatever. This one, you click a button on your hand and that drops the mag, and then you just bring your hand to like your waist where your other guns are holstered, and it just loads a mag in automatically. So that's really good for switching weapons and whatever if you're getting attacked by hordes. But the whole game, it starts off pretty easy. You have the choice of doing like the mode where it transports you, or you can walk around with the joysticks. The transportation one, for me at least, helps with not getting motion sickness ever. Not yet, at least. So it starts off kind of slow. You get to this first building, and you're unlocking a car. And then as you're trying to unlock the car alarm goes off, and that's the first real instance of having like what essentially is a horde. And when I say horde, it's probably like 10 zombies, but in VR, 10 zombies with some of them that are kind of like running towards you. It's some of the scariest stuff ever. And then it really takes it up to 10 when the part that I'm at now, and I actually had to stop because like a real moose, I couldn't take it, so I needed to just take a break, and I haven't gone back to it. But I went into like a mine shaft, and you have a flashlight. And like flashlights, when you're just playing with them in normal video games in dark spaces, are bad enough. When you're doing it in VR and you need to be holding the camera or the flashlight up with one hand and then your gun with the other, and then you just hear things all around you, and then like zombies pop out and just run towards you. Moose, I don't think I like scary games anymore.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that after Outlast. I guess they're making another Outlast game, BT Dubs.
Oh, good. Hopefully it'll come to VR so
I
I can
think it
really
might
just
be actually.
have a heart attack in my game room. Great.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that just gives me the goosebumps.
Yeah, I mean, it's really well done though. I feel like I think it's maybe like a 4-hour game, so it's not super long. But I'm a couple hours into it, and it's completely co-op, which is actually cool. So you can be in there with another person, just doing everything. Which obviously I wasn't gonna do it with a stranger in VR. It seems weird. Like I don't want to solo queue with some other VR weirdo like me.
come on, got a matchmaking VR. That sounds awesome.
I'm just waiting a few years for you to have one, and then I'll go back to it.
Actually, my wife's one of her friends at work said I could borrow his setup. He hasn't even taken it out of the box or anything.
Oh, dope.
So I
What?
might be able to borrow it.
Why?
I don't know. This is my stuff guy. He gets all sorts of stuff.
Oh man, yeah, your computer will be able to run that. Unless it's
Yeah, I
the
need
one
to
that
get more
doesn't need a
RAMs.
Well, that's the easiest thing
I
to
know.
replace.
And actually, all the other stuff I should have hopefully by next week because I got a birthday coming up and
Let's go.
some Amazon verifications last week because everything gets ordered off Amazon. I get a text message when it gets delivered at what exactly it is. So there's no
Christmas is
surprises.
ruined.
I don't care.
Pretend
ti-
you're surprised.
Yeah, it was 2016. I found, or my Xbox got delivered, and I just pulled it out of the box and set it up. I'm like, look what I did! This thing's awesome. Thanks.
This was just sitting on the porch. I don't know how it got there.
Had to make sure it worked. Now it's too much work to get it out of there, so it stays.
Yeah, it's fair. But yeah, Arizona Sunshine's really good. It's a real good implementation of just a zombie game. The guy narrates, like the main character. He like narrates thoughts in his head, I guess. So it's a decent little story to go along with what really is just an arcadey zombie shooter. It's just, dude, I don't know. It's really tough to explain VR until you've been in VR doing VR things, like shooting zombies in the head with like dual pistols. Like, doesn't sound that exciting, but when you're the one holding them up and actually pointing at things and shooting them, it's a lot of fun.
Can you buy like a gun attachment like the PSVR?
I probably. Actually, no, you definitely can, because I had this conversation with Dan a long time ago because I was talking about how I was really bad at Contractors, which is like Siege,
like a
I guess,
COD?
in VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he sent me this image, and he's like, well, you're getting murdered by these people because they're probably all using these, and it just makes it so your aim is, like, perfect. So the two controllers
Right.
are, like, perfectly set up where if you hold it up, you're, I don't know, it's just, like, perfectly aimed all the time or whatever.
Right.
Where if you're not doing that, it's difficult. And my play space isn't super big either, so these people that are, like, doing army rolls and commando dives and stuff, it's like I only needed to smash my hand into my desk once to be like, all right, you need to take it easy.
God, I would love to see Mr. Tryhard IRL in VR.
Yeah, they probably have like 20 by 20 rooms and like foam padding all over the ground.
The guy that goes like 30-2 in Call of Duty VR.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
just
He's got
like-
knee pads. He's sliding around. It's just
Yeah, so that's
great.
what Ryan was just asking. Were you standing up? Like, do you have to stand up to play all these games in VR?
So in the settings of a lot of them, it'll just ask you if you're going to play in a chair or stand up. I just play them all standing up. It's like I sit down enough while I'm gaming, so if VR is, and
Right.
it's way more immersive, I think, when you kind of like start to get fatigued a little bit from like standing or having to move around. Just kind of adds to the immersion, I guess, in a way.
Dude, there was something in the news today, actually, I think, that said that the Oculus is getting ready to start developing or start trying out the hand recognition system.
Oh, that's
So then you don't need to
Oculus-
use controllers.
Oculus Quest, I think.
Okay.
They're bringing in where
So
you
it'll
can
be-
like grab it and it'll actually grab in game.
Right, or
some-
it just
something like that.
registers your hands within the peripherals of the equipment, and then you don't even need the wands anymore.
Oh, okay. So I didn't see that. That'd be
I
crazy.
think. Yeah.
So I would assume that would be the sensor. I still don't. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. That'd be crazy though.
Yeah. So then all you have to have is the headset, and then. you're
Right,
there.
and the Quest is sweet because then it's not attached to your computer at all. Like, that's
Right.
one thing that kind of bugs me is this giant cable that's dangling off my head. So if I've turned around, which actually that happens a lot where I'm playing like in that game and then I take off the headset and I'm facing the other side of the room. Like I somehow turned myself around.
You're all disoriented.
Yeah, for sure. So that cable gets annoying sometimes, but it's long enough that you can kind of push it out of the way.
Haven't choked yourself out, huh?
No, not yet. That hasn't happened. If you don't hear from me for a few days, that's how I will have wanted to go out. So, in
autoerotic asphyxiation in VR, huh?
Oh my god.
Okay, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but we all went there in our minds.
I honestly had like no interest in VR until I saw those commercials for like Beat Saber. Man,
Yeah.
that looks pretty fun.
That's the only reason I want to play VR right now is Beat
That's
Saber.
like the first game I started up, and I was like, it doesn't get any better than this.
Right.
This is the pinnacle of VR. Oh, Beat Saber is a good way to get sweaty. That's for sure.
But you're stoked about, what is it, Code Veronica? Is that what it is? No.
Alex.
Alex, there you go.
Yeah, that new
The new
Half-Life joint.
game.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. And that there's the Walking Dead one coming out at the beginning of the year. That we've only seen like a weird cinematic trailer, but it looks like it's gonna be like a zombie survival game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of fun because that's what I was thinking about this game. Is that this one's pretty linear and on rails. I was like, oh, well, this would be kind of cool if I was out scavenging and like making this little base here my own and going out on missions, that kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot more that could have happened, but these guys obviously had something in their head. Like, we'll make a quick 4-hour mainline linear thing and just get through it. And it's awesome. It's a lot of fun. If anyone has VR out there, it was on sale for literally like $7 or $10 or something. So I'd heard about it before, so that was saying a lot, and I was sold. So Arizona Sunshine, a lot of fun if you are in the VR sphere. All right, let's go back to Ladonian. I'm excited about this next one just because I haven't heard anyone talk about it in our inner circles or anywhere, but you're playing some Overwatch on Switch, and I'm curious, how exactly is that running for you?
Surprisingly well, actually. I've played it on both mobile and like connected, and I haven't had like any issues.
Is there crossplay at all in this?
No, it's only Switch people, which is why my friends got it, because they were sick of getting. So they were
wrecked.
So once upon a time, they were really, really good on the Xbox. Like both of my friends were like top 500 on the Xbox. But then all of our other friends started playing, and their rating went way down.
Way down.
Yeah.
Can't they play casual playlist with those friends?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just more fun to play ranked. But
right.
Can you play Paladins for free on the Switch?
Yeah,
That's
they
not the
did.
point.
They did do that, but
It's the same game, isn't it?
I mean,
He's fishing. He's
So,
fishing, Ladonian. Don't
he
bite.
is. Overwatch was only like $15 or something on Black Friday. So
Oh, that's not so bad.
yeah, that's why everyone got it. And
Do your accounts go over like cross-buy stuff at all? Like
no.
No, nothing.
Oh, I wish, because I have this game on both Xbox, PC, and now the Switch.
Oh boy, so you have like different cosmetics and all
Yeah,
of them
different
from different
cosmetics.
loot boxes and stuff.
And I mean, the most annoying thing is like that I have to re-rank up to play ranked mode. Like I have to get to level 25.
Right.
Yeah. So that's annoying, but overall, like I'm super impressed. And it's another game where if you're wearing like a headset with a microphone, you can just chat over that. So
Right.
I don't know a single person that downloaded the Nintendo Switch chat thing
Nope.
for your phone.
It's because no one did.
I think I might have when Splatoon was a thing, but I never did it with anybody.
Yeah.
I ended up just using Discord, I believe.
But it's just like no one's ever going to use it now that these games are just putting their own chat options in.
Right.
Well,
It's such a
it's
better
terrible, too.
idea. Like, and I think the couple times I've actually talked with people, I usually have Discord chat like through my phone and a
Right.
Bluetooth headset. Like
Exactly.
I don't. It's not great. What about the competition out there? How is that? Do you feel like you're murdering kids on Switch?
So when I'm playing on like docked and I am using the controller,
I was gonna say,
Then yes.
do you know right away? when
yeah,
somebody's
then
got
I
it?
feel like I'm doing pretty well. But it's tough because like we're playing in a group of like 3 to 4 people, so that automatically pairs us against other people that are 3 to 4 people, which there aren't that many. The other day we got absolutely wrecked. There's already people. The game has been out for like a month. There's already people who have like prestige several times.
Yikes.
And like on my Xbox account, which I've probably put in like 70 or 80 hours in the game, I've prestige like once. So
Good
like,
Lord.
yeah, these people are nuts. So yeah, they're real good. And yeah, so the other day we were doing, I think we won like 8 or 9 in a row. And then we got matched up against these 2 kids like 2 matches in a row and just got wrecked. So
And that was enough for that for the night.
yeah, yeah, I signed off shortly after.
Don't blame you.
Went back to the Pokemon.
Right. Well, that's good. So pretty much a shot for
And-
shot.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. It's definitely not like as competitive as Xbox or PC, but
Right.
what I found was crazy is I ordered it, so I got it on Amazon, and I thought it was gonna be a physical copy. It would have been my first physical Switch game ever.
Case with a code.
A case with a code. That's how it should be done always. Like no one should ever have a physical copy of anything anymore.
I agree. And I always seem to have something. I always have some game in my Switch. I don't even know what's in there right now, to be honest, but I always have a hard copy of something in there because you just always manage to get a good deal. I just bought 5 hard copies of games over like on Black Friday just because they were so much cheaper. You know how nice it would have been if those were just digital codes.
You know,
But then I couldn't
I'm
mail them
very
to my
surprised
friends.
is that someone has not made some like gadget that you could put like a micro SD card into a cartridge, so you could have 2 micro SD cards in your Switch at the same time.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Genius.
What?
I'm on.
They have 1 terabyte micro SD cards, so
I think
just
the Switch only goes up to I think 420 or 500 is the
Uh,
max.
I had something that
512.
popped up in my deals thing that was like a 1 terabyte that said it
Right.
worked with the Switch, but
yeah.
who knows if that's true. Yeah, 1 terabyte SD cards. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Ryan,
Uh,
that's because
soon
nobody
it'll be-
wants physical copies of anything. You could buy a physical copy of the most brand new game ever and take it back to GameStop, and they'll give you $1.
Yeah, exactly. And I also feel like that 1 terabyte SD card I saw was more than a Switch itself. So
Yeah, they're like $400 or $500 at this point.
Right. Like I
On
don't know
sale.
if that's worth it yet.
Right. I think they're more for photographers and stuff that want to keep a lot of high quality, high resolution images.
Yeah, like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. In 4K.
Exactly. All right, cool. Overwatch on the Switch is working as intended. That's good. That was one where I was like, oh, I don't know how that's going to play. But, I mean, I guess we should have known if Paladins was working fine, Overwatch was going to work fine, eh, Moose?
Yeah. They're the same.
All right, Moose, back to you. Playing the hardest game of the year by a mile. How's Sekiro treating you?
I don't know. It's in the mail on the way to your house.
All right, I can't wait to bash my head against the wall
It's
for
such
2
a
hours.
hard game, dude.
The first
Like-
thing you said to me was, well, I don't think there's any difficulty sliders.
No, there's not. It's
Great.
it's all just hard as hell.
That's good.
So-
This is the From Software people, so the Dark Souls people. So
Right.
You knew what you're getting yourself into.
Well, I didn't, other
Okay.
than playing a little bit of Star Wars. But yeah, this is straight up Dark Souls. It's really hard, and you have to watch very closely at the enemies as what they're doing, because you can't just hold down the block button or the parry button or try to evade, because they do different attacks, and if you try the same button on each one, you just get destroyed. So you have to watch very closely at everything they do. And then if you you fight some of these guys, they're like boss guys, so you have to do what's called a death blow to kill every one of them. And this may be the bloodiest game of the year, because it is so gory, dude. Like
Not playing this one in front of the kids.
No, like gallons of blood shoot out of these guys.
Jesus.
I'm not even joking. Like it's almost like what was that, Katana Zero? How cartoony and bloody that was.
Yeah.
This game's the same way, but it's realistic.
Right. Oh,
And so in order to kill all these guys, you battle down their guard bar to where they're vulnerable, and then you do like a death blow or a kill attack, in which basically you either like cut off a limb or, you know, cut their artery in their throat and they just spew blood everywhere.
Right.
But once you get to these bigger enemies, they have 2 or 3 death blows required. So you've got to battle this guy down twice. The boss that I've beaten so far had to battle his bar down twice and do 2 separate death blows. And I figured out that stealth is key in this game. You can, if you're really good at fighting, just run through it and take everybody head on. But I went in behind the guy and did a stealth attack on him first, so that took out one of his death blows immediately.
Oh,
then
that's
I was
pretty
able
sweet that you can start it
Yeah.
that way, though.
Right. But you have to, like, if they see you, then you're screwed. There's no
So
way to sneak.
with
Yeah.
some people, with like minor bosses, I guess, that
Mm-hmm.
you only need one death blow, can you just one-shot them then if you're stealthy enough?
Yes, exactly. Those
Okay,
are
that's
those
cool,
aren't
though.
minor bosses. Those are just regular guys. So
Oh,
everybody in the
okay.
game requires a death blow.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then like some of them have armor, some of them are just, you know, regular guys with swords. Some of these guys are like giant troll looking things with like a big cartoony, like bang the bell, win the prize type hammer. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a sledgehammer?
Yes, but just like a Donkey Kong type sledgehammer. And like they do an AoE effect that like if you don't jump right before it happens, it takes out more than like half your health bar and you're staggered, so there's really like no way to get away. So like basically this game is don't get hit.
Yeah, which I think is how all the Dark Souls games have gone.
And there's a new dynamic in this game. It's called what is it called? Dragon Rot. And essentially, when your health is all the way depleted, you can be revived, but it also puts Dragon Rot out in the world, which like doesn't let you help out some of the NPCs. It makes them sick, which doesn't let you progress your quest. As well as like you get a thing called Unseen Aid, which I don't exactly understand what it does, but it kind of like helps you with the bosses and stuff. Like brings down it kind of like buffs them. I believe
It's an unseen aid.
Yeah.
Makes perfect
So-
sense.
Yeah, so it's like a buff, but once you use the Dragon Rot, then all that stuff kind of goes away, and it makes the game a lot harder.
Okay.
So you have the choice to continue on. Like there was one time I did it just because I had the guy down to like no health, and so I just went ahead and resurrected myself and killed him. But then like I got to a point where I was stuck and I had to just go ahead and die. So I ended up going back to that spot where I killed the guy, and luckily that guy stayed dead. But I had to go all the way back to the shrine where I had meditated. You know how the Dark Souls games work.
Yeah, like where you would save like the
Yeah.
fireplace or whatever.
Exactly. So I had beaten the boss, but then I had to go back and I had to kill all the NPCs again. And like, if you're loud and you make a bunch of noise, you'll be fighting 5 or 6 guys at once, and it becomes almost impossible.
Really? Is there are there like prompts above people's heads at all, or is this all visual? Like I can tell this guy's about to attack, so parry.
Right. Yeah. There's a few prompts and things, but
Okay.
really you just want to get guys one-on-one. It's pretty tough to fight multiple enemies at once.
And what kind of have you upgraded weapons at all, or what are you using? Like a katana?
Yeah, just a katana at this point, and there's skill trees and all sorts of stuff like that. But
Lots
I
of
have
RPG
not,
stuff.
exactly. But I haven't gotten that far into the game. It's like I probably played it for like 2 or 3 hours, but as far as gameplay wise, I'd say maybe 30 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I just kept dying at that boss fight over and over again. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna go play some basketball. And come back
Something
to
a little
it.
easier.
Yeah. So, but I do have to say, all that frustration has gotten my player up to 87 in NBA 2K. So
There you go. So you just got to keep getting angry at Dark
yeah,
Souls-esque
and then I
games.
go take it out on the defenses and the NPCs and score 40 points a game and
Take it out of the court.
rinse and repeat.
Are you still doing is that your creative player mode?
Yeah, that's like only because they have freaking contracts in the My Team mode, so I won't touch it.
Perfect.
Yep, I won't touch it.
Everyone's favorite.
Mm-hmm. Madden did it right. They got rid of contracts 2 years ago, and I don't know why people haven't followed suit.
They will eventually.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If everyone's loud enough. We'll see.
Yeah, but I think there's things that people are crying about in 2K way more than contracts in their My Player or in the My Team mode. So there's bigger fish to fry as far as the quote unquote casino that's involved.
Right. But what if we gave you an option to pay $9.99 to make the contracts never expire?
Well, I would have paid that a while ago. I am Mr. XP Boost. What are you talking about?
I should be working for these places. Come on. All right. Good deal. Yeah, I can't wait to play Sekiro though. We'll see.
Yeah.
See where my enthusiasm goes after I'm battling the same boss for my 7th time.
It's gorgeous in 4K though. It is a beautiful game.
Cool. Yeah, can't wait.
So
should begin at, I would assume, this week at some point.
Yeah, I'd send it out Friday, so it should be there shortly.
Dope. All right.
What about you? Switch games, right?
No, I actually. So
you play this on Xbox?
No. One more try. You get one more try.
Oh, you master racer.
Yeah, so I'm playing some My Friend Pedro on PC because I got an update that said My Friend Pedro is now in Game Pass PC, and I was like, all right, sold. I've been looking at this game for a while. If you don't know what it is, it's the best way to describe it, and I'm stealing this from somewhere else, but it's a 2D bullet ballet.
Yeah, it really is.
This is what they had said. So yeah, you're this dude who wakes up and has a banana talking to him. So he's talking to this talking banana, and he's like, you need to go kill all these bad people. So he has you trying to go kill like crime bosses and just all these evil people at least. So you're kind of like a vigilante, but one who's taking his orders from a banana, so that's all weird. But the actual gameplay has you going from level to level, so it's kind of like once you get through this like couple minute section, that's going to be a level and you're going to get scored on it. So this game has you jumping from platform to platform, shooting things, doing flips in the air. There's like a spin move which makes you invulnerable, so your guy literally spins around in circles while he's shooting like dual pistols out like left and right at all the bad guys. There's like a bullet time, so you can slow everything down to really perfect your shots because you can ricochet off some things. You can this just happened to me, but I can now kick things like frying pans up into the air. So get this, I literally kicked a frying pan up into like a second floor where I couldn't see bad guys, and then slowed time down, and as the frying pan was up in the air, I started shooting bullets at it, and all these bullets are just ricocheting off this frying pan that is now flying up on the second floor, and all the bullets start ricocheting left and right at the dudes that were on the second floor. It's just the most ridiculous thing in the world, and I think I love it.
Yeah, that
Can
sounds
you
awesome.
shoot yourself?
I can't, and I don't think. I've definitely ricocheted bullets that have had to have been coming close to me. I don't think you take damage self-inflicted, at least.
Excellent. I'm downloading this now, and I downloaded it on my Xbox earlier. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I started on mouse and keyboard, and I don't know. It's kind of weird. I guess probably because I'm still not super comfortable on mouse and keyboard, so I plugged in my Xbox controller. It plays well. The animations are awesome, like how no matter what you want to do, because this dude will contort himself in all sorts of weird ways to get different shots off, do different flips and all that stuff. So the animations are actually really cool with it. But as you're doing this, you have a little combo meter at the bottom where it's like every time you kill somebody, it goes up, or there's a thing called a split shot, so you can be aiming left and right, or like in different directions, so you get multipliers for that. And you're just trying to rack up the high score you can on the level, and then you move on to the next level. I got through my first boss battle, which actually took the fighting out to the streets, where I was riding a motorcycle down a freeway and fighting guys behind me and in front of me. It's the most insane, ridiculous game I've ever played, and it plays really well. Like, it's a lot of fun. And I just suggest hitting that left stick in and going into slow motion all the time. And then, so when you finally finish the level, it's cool because it gives you your like best clip or whatever. It gives it to you in GIF form, so you can actually download what they thought was your best like 5-second clip of that mission. So it's easy to share those and whatnot, which is kind of cool.
That's awesome. Is there like a limited time that you have the slow-mo for?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a little gauge at the bottom, but as long as you're doing damage, it adds to it. So you could keep it up in forever if there's enough bad guys to be shooting. But if you're not doing anything or you're just running to try to get to the next person or something like that, that's when it starts to go down. But if you're not in it, it obviously goes back up. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Sounds good. I might have to check it out too.
Hey, it's free in Game Pass. Why not?
Right.
All right, and then last up, let's talk about what Meg's getting into. Not my Meg, the Moose's Meg.
Yeah.
She's is she getting herself pumped up for The Witcher 3 on Netflix, or The Witcher on Netflix? Is this what's happening? She have a Henry Cavill crush, and now we're playing Witcher 3.
It's not even about Henry Cavill. It's she's all about The Witcher right now. Some reason I downloaded the first Witcher book or some of the short stories or something, and she started listening to it at work because we share an Audible account, and now we own all the books, and she's listened
to do.
Yeah, and she's listened to everything, and she can't wait for December 20th. So she's like, well, why don't you play Witcher? And I was like, okay. And she's like, do you mind starting over? And I was like,
for my 17th time?
Yeah,
of course
I was like,
not.
I don't know if I can play the Bloody Baron again. How about you just play it? So she started her campaign as Geralt, and she played about, I don't know, hour and a half or so, and got tired and went to bed. But I'm proud of her, and I think she's gonna stick with it for a little while. So
that's nice, because that's one of the games where the easiest level, I think, is like a
the story mode.
The story kind of level.
Exactly. Yep. And I always remind her, if you get messed up, you can always just go meditate, and it brings back all your health. And so I think she's enjoying it. She's not too far down into the story yet. She's still got a bunch of cutscenes and stuff, but she's enthralled with The Witcher right now. So
that's a good thing to get enthralled with.
Yeah, she may finish this before I do, to be honest with you.
How funny would that be if she gets through The Witcher 3 before you or
right? Yeah, and all the DLCs, and because she's listened to all the books, so she's like, oh, that's the Wild Hunt, and, like, she knows all the people they're talking about and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just push the hack and slash buttons when it tells me to.
That's so awesome, though.
Yeah. So this may be the game that gets her into gaming. We shall see, because she's super into Nintendo stuff and all that on the Switch. So she always wants to play Donkey Kong or Mario Deluxe or one of those games. But
first party Nintendo.
Exactly.
Everything.
But if she can get into this, and it gets her into action adventure third party type games, sky's the limit. I've got so many games in my backlog that she needs to play as far as
all of the Uncharted games.
Yeah, exactly. All the Uncharted.
Last of Us.
Yep.
Pretty much all those PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah. So, God of War, I think, would be the next one I put her in front of.
Oh boy, that's a good one.
It's a great story.
That game is so good. Oh.
So, but yeah, I'm excited just to have her, into games. I may be dusting off the old S here soon to set it up on another place for us to game together or something. Who knows?
Yeah, it's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, we shall see.
For you. Or it'll turn into the worst thing ever, and she becomes a professional streamer. Or that's the best thing ever. I don't know.
Right.
You deal with it. As long as she plugs us, it's fine.
You betcha.
All right, so before we get into the news, I'll touch on Game Pass Roulette quick. Our game right now is Rage 2. You guys have one more week to get any feedback in for Rage 2. If you're looking for where to get that feedback in, you can head to Discord. Links for that are in the show notes. We have a Game Pass Roulette channel actually right in there. So head on over there, put that stuff in, or message us however you got to message us. But yeah, so Rage 2, one more week, get it played, and then we'll have a new game for the new year. So that's exciting stuff. All right. Anyways, we can now get into some news. All right, Moose, what is in the news this week?
I only got a few things. Let's start out with some Xbox news. Phil Spencer was on the Twitter last week, and he took home Project Scarlet. So here's his tweet for the quote is, and it started. This week I brought my Project Scarlet console home, and it's become my primary console. Playing my games, connecting to the community, and yes, using my Elite Series 2 controller. Having a blast. Great work by the team. 2020 is going to be an incredible year. So, it's a real thing. It's a tangible thing that can be taken home and played now. So.
It's in Phil's living room.
Yeah. Just to be that guy, right?
Yeah, right. Just wanted to let everyone know that I'm using this right now, and you're not.
Right.
Real nice.
So, a little more Xbox news. Project Lockhart is very much alive. I know there were some rumors about this going around E3 last year, and Xbox pretty much stifled everything, saying they're working on one console and one console only. Pretty much they lied, right? Microsoft has plans to release 2 versions of the next-gen console, dubbed currently as Project Scarlet, Anaconda, the next-gen console as we've been advertised, and also a less expensive iteration known as Lockhart. Lockhart will have less under the hood, but is built to aggressively target the most affordable way into the next-gen consoles. It will likely be diskless, just like the current most affordable, as I've dubbed Sad Box.
The Sad Box.
So, a little bit of the tech specs. I know that they're talking about Anaconda being 12 or 16 teraflops? I want to say it's 12. And this Lockhart 4. So it'll be less than the Xbox One X, but it should still run everything just, as well as, the way they've been advertising is every console will play the game. It'll look better on the higher grade ones, correct?
That's what, yeah. I'm just kind of wondering at what point is this thing worth your money if you could still get a 1S or like an Xbox One X, I would assume will be. That's the thing. Like, is this thing cheaper than what an Xbox One X is going to be at that point in a year from now?
See, that's what I'm thinking is they go, One X is going to be around the $300 price point, and then this one will probably be around $400. And
3, 4, 5?
Yeah, exactly.
So you'll have like an all digital.
And then the Sad Box will
option.
Still be, it'll be like, what, $150 or whatever
But
it
if
is.
the
It'll always
X
be
is
$50
still
less than the... Yeah, I think the X will be less than the...
If that's still less, I think people are going to go with the X still.
Because it's got more computing power.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's just time for consoles in general to become more like PCs and just like a platform. Like, so, hey, you have Xbox? Here's a Xbox game.
Right.
Yeah,
and you can play it on anything. And I think that's where they're going. But
that's what I was going to say. It's going to be real telling when we see what the name of this next system actually is going to be. Like, if they just go like, this is the Xbox.
Right.
This is the Xbox all digital, I guess. I don't know. It's weird having different things, different consoles that are going to do different things. One's going to have a disk drive, one's not. One's going to be super powerful, one's not. And then you still have the whole current generation that's also going to be sitting there next to these other ones. And it's just kind of, it'll be nice once everything's released. We know how powerful everything is, how much everything costs.
That's
I
like
just
Ryan
want to see
says in chat.
1440p be like available in 144 frames per second. Like, I want to see a higher frame count. That's I think the next thing, because 4K is nice, but for like, can you imagine how good Dan Pod would be if he had 144 frames per second in games?
Way too good. They'd have to ban him.
It'd be insane.
His reaction time will slow down at some point. You just got to wait for it.
I can't wait till that day hits. I can ask him to 1v1 me finally.
So
That'll be the day.
New consoles are coming for sure. That's exciting.
Yes, sir.
Also, some more Microsoft news, at least. Halo Reach is doing well on Steam. They had a peak player count the first week of 161,000, and that was, I forget the word, continuously? No.
I know exactly what word you're trying to say. Like,
Yeah. You know the word, the video game word. Damn it.
Concurrent?
Concurrent. There it is.
Hey, we knew you were here for a reason.
Thanks for showing up, Ladonian.
You betcha.
So yeah, that was the highest. Right now they're about half that, but they've had between 1 and 2 million copies sold, which is a big number. You know,
For a
between
game
1 and 2.
that's so old.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, this includes all the pre-orders and everything too. So I think there are a lot of people just anti Xbox that want to know what this Halo stuff's all about. You know what I mean?
Now that you can finally play it on the Master Race. The
Right.
Master Racers will
So
play.
yeah, on Steam, it's in the top 5 of highest selling games in the past week, and Reach originally came out in September of 2010. So I believe this is a complete remaster, like they did the rest of the Master Chief Chronicles, and a 4K update. Is that
Brought them
correct?
all up, yeah.
Right.
So if you have this game through Xbox Game Pass on the PC,
Yeah.
can you cross-play with people on Steam?
I'm not sure, but I think you've got to pay like $8 or something to get Reach through the Microsoft Store.
Oh, so it's not even
Oh, really?
in
Yes,
Master
but if
Chief Collection?
but no, it's on the Steam Master Chief Collection. But if you want to play it through Microsoft's, you have to pay an extra. It's their whole DLC type, Game Pass thing. So I'll double check into that, but I believe that if you want to play Reach, you've got to pay like another $8 or something.
Either way, having it be in the top 5 highest selling games, these past weeks have been some of the biggest sale days,
Right.
like on Steam. So seeing that break into the top 5 when you have just all these other things that are probably like half off, I don't know. It's just nuts that it's hanging and it's 9 years old at this point.
Right. So I have played basically the first Halo game and have yet to play the rest of these. So I could probably get on that. I believe I bought the Master Chief Collection way back in the day when it was a thing.
I have a hard copy of it for some reason.
There you go. Probably because it was about $12 somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I could be reading this wrong, but I just looked at Game Pass, and the Halo Master Chief Collection is free for PC. And then it says add-ons Halo Reach, but when I click on that, it just says install.
Oh, okay. Then it must be for PC. It's free. Check on the Xbox though. I bet you gotta pay. It's like $8 or something like that.
But it does only have like 3 out of 5 stars, so I'm guessing you have to pay for something because there's
Right.
no way Halo would
Yeah.
have 3
Yeah,
out of 5.
exactly. Those are just
Review
the people that are mad
bombs.
that they had to pay for something. So their
Exact-
best way
yeah.
to get back is just downvote it. Awesome.
So yeah, pretty much an Xbox podcast tonight.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Next thing coming up, the Xbox onesies are back just in time for the holiday season.
Yes.
This time they're black because who wants a all white onesie? That thing's gonna be
you spill your
disgusting.
red wine on it. Like,
Red wine. Are you getting Hot Pockets and SpaghettiOs?
yeah, with my glass of boxed red wine. I don't understand the problem.
Franzia comes out of a bag.
You slap it.
So yeah, let's see. Microsoft and Xbox have released their hooded union suit just in time for the perfect gift for your whole family. Made in a soft poly blend, the all black and Xbox green trim suit boasts custom pocket slots for your phone, TV remote, and even an Xbox One controller. Retail price is $84.99 in the US and $64.99 in the UK.
Worth it.
I don't know about that, but it could be pretty cool on your stream if you've got your Xbox pajamas on.
Think about how many bags of Doritos you can fit in that one pocket
Yeah.
that's for a controller. Like, count me in. I want to be a kangaroo, but my kangaroo pouch is just full of Doritos.
And why do you want to walk around with your TV remote in your pocket? It just is like grounds for losing it indefinitely and then just being screwed.
Yeah, if you're a normal person, you just say, "Okay, Google, do this to the TV."
I've actually downloaded an app for everything in my living room now, so I have no use for the remotes. I should just hide them from my family.
Yep, exactly. you will talk to the TV or you will not use the TV.
So Ladonian, it did have that nice, lime green trim on it. I was wondering if that's up your alley or not this year. Is it on the list?
I would totally be down to wear a onesie, but not at that price.
Yeah, right. $85 for pajamas.
What if you can match one with your child?
That would be $170.
Yeah, it's not worth that price.
Yeah, I don't love my kids that much.
I would rather get Star Wars ones at that point.
That's how much I paid for the whole karaoke system.
Talk about worth it.
Yeah. So that's out there. Also, all you Apex players, there is a BD1 Pathfire skin available to everyone. All you got to do is log in and grab it.
Somebody call up the Apex Legend. Pull them out of Disney. We got
That's right.
skins to download.
So up next, I know Ryan in chat and you, Risky, are both excited about this next story. GTA had an announcement. Diamond Casino is going to be heisted, and it starts on December 12th. So the all-new heist content is dropping this week, and it's a little different from the last heists. Think more along the lines of a raid from some of the more recent favorite shooters. Multiple prep missions, plans of attack, and ever-changing security protocol is meant to keep you on your toes and keep you coming back for more loot. Check out Rockstar's website. Good Lord, I can't speak.
Website.
Yeah, that thing. Check out Rockstar's website for all the details. So yeah, it's a new heist, and we're taking down the casino. And this time, like I said, it's going to have multiple choose your adventure type paths to the heist and the way of going about the heist. So looks pretty cool. I think
I hope to God they just ripped off one of the heists for like Ocean's 11, and you just get to play out that movie. That'd be so
Instead
awesome.
of Danny Ocean, you're like Randy Seawater or something.
It's so good.
Randy Seawater.
Good old Randy Seawater.
Yeah,
I think the last time we did a raid, it was BU, Ryan, and
Organic maybe.
And Organic, and I think we got halfway through it, and then I went on vacation, so we just have a raid or a heist that's like 3/4 of the way done from like a year and a half, 2 years ago at this point.
I think Organic died since then, so rip.
Hopefully not.
No, I think he's doing well.
If not, RIP.
I'm still mad that I did not buy this game at some point because I had it on the
You
360.
still don't own it?
No, I had it on the 360 and I
That's
thought it was dead.
Dude, some people have bought this game like 7 times just for shark cards.
It's not Overwatch, all right? I don't need it that many times. But, I'm mad that I didn't buy it when it was, on some crazy sale.
Because it holds its value.
Yeah, it's insane that
It's
still
worth
a thing.
$30 to this day, and it's like a 5-year-old game.
It's so funny.
Just for all the online content, it's worth $30. So I still haven't finished the story campaign in it, so I don't know why I haven't.
Yeah, that's about all I did in the game. And unfortunately, I saved all 3 people. I wish I would have killed Trevor off because he's a dick.
Trevor is the funniest character in video games.
Yeah.
There was
Never know
there
what
was
he's gonna
one
be up
scene
to.
in that game that I it was cringeworthy where you had to torture that guy and Trevor was loving it and
You don't want to be friends with him in real life?
no
Have you played the new Modern Warfare?
nope.
Just stay away from that one.
Yeah, it touches you in the feelings sometimes.
Anyways,
So, yeah.
Diamond Casino it sounds good to me.
Yep, I think we might try it later this week. Isn't that right?
Yeah, buddy.
That's what I hear. So, also, coming up this week, there's pretty much information, PlayStation State of Play. It's going to be today, if you're listening to it. It already has happened. It was 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, and 2 p.m. British People Time. It's going to be about a 20-minute thing. It's going to include new games, release dates, more Sony Worldwide Entertainment news. But they said don't expect to hear anything about the next-gen console. So that's tomorrow. As well as there is what I like to call a Nintendies video. It's a Nintendo Indie Showcase. It'll also be tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. Well, for me, tomorrow morning. 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. British People Time. So plenty of stuff to tune into on YouTube.
On today.
Yeah. On YouTube, Twitch, Mixer for the Nintendo thing. And yeah, so there'll be new news, new games hopefully coming out.
Man, that's real early for that state of play.
Right?
6 a.m. for
I think
people on
they
the
just-
West Coast. Yikes.
I think they just wanted to get ahead of Nintendo for some reason.
But yeah, they still could have given it like 2 hours or
Right?
something.
I feel
That's-
like Sony and Xbox are both like playing their cards so close to their chest until the other person reveals their console, and then they're gonna immediately come like combat it with like, oh,
Yeah.
they're doing this. Well, we'll have this. And
Oh, yeah.
like,
That
Yeah,
was
'cause
like
there's-
E3, the last generation they both came out, and
Yep.
when they did this is how you share games, and
yep,
they made
and
that in, like,
PlayStation immediately.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, there
Yeah,
is.
dude.
Yeah, there's articles out there right now. I just didn't find enough of them to back it up. But PlayStation is coming out with a pro version of their new console as well. So
did
they're
you guys
both
see
gonna have.
the photos of the new PlayStation?
Yeah, it's got a V. The
the
PlayStation.
dev
The
kits?
PlayStation
So
V.
dumb.
It looks like a foot
so
massager
dumb.
or something.
just dev kits, guys. It's not
No,
what
it's
gonna look like.
no, it's a 5. It's a V. It's in a V shape.
All right, dude. Let you bookmark this conversation. We'll get back to it next holiday season, and you could
Don't
talk
have to
me
wait
about
that
your
long.
V-shaped PlayStation.
It'll be at E3, sir.
All right, deal.
All right. So yeah, other than that, a little more Xbox news.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if this is a yes or not.
This might not be news at all.
This is a little egg on your face, Phil. But so is Control coming to Game Pass or not?
The world may never know.
Well, we will know because either it is or it isn't. But Phil Spencer made an appearance on an Extra Life live stream where he was quoted as saying, "I thought Control was really good. It didn't reach enough people, so I'm glad to see that it's coming to Game Pass." So that more people will play it. And then, like, literally the next day, Remedy, the people that made Control, were quoted as saying, "The information about Control coming to Game Pass is reported on a recent Mixer stream is incorrect. We have no news or announcements regarding Xbox Game Pass at this time." And I looked on Phil's Twitter, I looked on Xbox's Twitter, nobody said anything about this, so I think they're just hoping it goes away.
Guys, Phil could just write a check.
I know.
Buy
he's
that
like,
company.
"Oh yeah,
and
well
it's
now I
coming to
own it."
Xbox.
But yeah,
It's just so funny that he says that, and then they're like, nope. What?
they're just like,
It'll
"Go
be
home,
like that
Phil. You're
scene-
drunk."
It'd be like that scene from Batman Begins where like Bruce Wayne has those two like chicks and they start swimming in the pool and they're like, "Sir, your dates cannot swim in that is not a pool." He's like, "Oh, well, there's gonna be some change in ownership here." He like writes a check and just buys the place, which I always thought was weird because he just hands the check to a waiter. Like,
Yeah.
that
That's how you
dude's
take care
gonna
of
hand
that.
it to the right
Give this
person.
to your boss.
Yeah.
This goes in my pocket? Question mark.
So yeah, no news on Control coming to Game Pass, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, we shall see. I don't think so either.
And our last story, which is a big story for you, right, Risky? 2K announces their new dev studio, Cloud Chamber, and they are working on a new BioShock.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to whether it's going to be like a third new like location altogether, because you had Rapture, which was all underwater. You had the second one that was still there, but then the third one they went up into the skies up to like Columbia, and you fought up there and went through the whole story up there. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a continuation of either, or if it's just going to be a third game in the same universe. I'm pumped. Like, you could literally put it in the two other spots or a new spot. And yeah, I love these games. So, well, 2 wasn't my favorite, but 1 and 3 definitely, they're up there for me.
So I guess they've actually been working on this game for quite a while now, and they will be working on it for the next couple of years. And this is kind of their focus. Cloud Chambers is making a new BioShock game. So I would expect to see some sort of teaser or initial game announcement trailer here in the near future. And the studio will be working in unison out of 2 offices, one in California, one in Montreal. And that's about all the information they have right now.
All right. Well, hopefully it's good. Maybe next year at E3 or like a couple E3s probably.
I would say 2022 is when this game will be released.
Yeah.
Because he said they'll be working on it for the next couple of years, is the quote that they had.
So they probably don't want to talk about it next year.
Right.
Fine. I guess we won't. All
But
right.
which way is better? Do you like where they announced Elder Scrolls 6 3 years ago and have done nothing else about it? Or
Well, that was a weird situation where I feel like that was like at a boiling point.
they had to do something?
Where fans of that, like they needed to at least know that it was coming.
Or like Blizzard with Diablo, when they didn't. They came out with a mobile game instead.
Yeah, like the best way if you can do it is to definitely like 6 months time notice or like
Right.
6 months notice at E3. Hey, it's coming out holiday season. That's great. But if it's something that people have been sitting on for 5 years and you know it's still going to take you another 5 years, like then you might have to be like, oh, hey, here's a little teaser just so you guys know we are working on it, but it's going to be forever away.
So you know what I've been like questioning what takes so long for games, right? Because like, for example, Anthem, right? They delayed that game probably like a year and a half, right? I think it was.
It was a long.
It was a very long time, and it still didn't improve the game. Like like the gameplay was great, but like.
But that's where we stop talking about Anthem because that was the only thing I had going for it.
So is it like the time goes into develop? Like I cannot believe that the time is going into developing like just the like systems for the game so it can run. Like, do you think they're giving themselves that much time so they could develop a good story? Like, I feel like games nowadays are doing stuff all wrong, and like they're like, oh hey, this would be cool, but we don't have a story, and then instead they should like have a story and then build a game around that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it depends on what kind of game you're talking about, what kind of genre you're talking about. But yeah, you're not
because
wrong.
like I just don't get like how do games take this long to make with companies that are this big? It's just mind-boggling to me.
You also get the the chicken and the egg issue here, because if you got a great story but terrible gameplay, who cares about your story?
Yeah, like both
You know
have
what
to
I
True.
be.
Yeah.
at
No.
They've got to kind of come up together, or
Yeah.
or you don't have a complete game, and then you have a tragedy like Anthem. They're still trying to dig up from the ashes.
Yes, and Ryan brings up a good point. Anthem was EA. So.
Yeah, there you go. Enough said.
Yep. Enough said. That's,
They
sorry for
don't
bringing it
care about you.
Uh-huh.
So that's all I got for news this week.
All right. Games out this week. I literally just started looking at these because we didn't have them filled in. Maybe some ones of note. If you're into the Mech Warrior series, Mech Warrior 5 is coming out on PC. We also have Ashen is getting ported to the PS4 and Switch.
If you like them Dark Souls types games, there's another one.
That Terminator Resistance game that's just popped up out of nowhere recently is coming out already. That's on the 10th. Terminator Resistance is the name of that. That's PS4 and Xbox One. Hearthstone is getting an expansion. It's coming out on the 10th. Dragon Quest Builders moving to PC on the 10th. One for Bear. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek coming to PC on the 10th.
He's gonna be all over that one.
Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York, December 11th. And
It's Christmas time.
I think we might leave it at that. Oh, Detroit Become Human, getting ported to PC. That's a good game. So play that if you don't have a PlayStation, but you do have a PC. Worth it.
I was actually thinking about
$30.
getting that.
Yeah, get it on a sale. It'll be on a Steam sale. And
That's
grab
like
it.
I think
a
it's
really
Epic
good
Store
looking-
actually.
Or that.
I think it is exclusive to the Epic Store, but that's a really good looking Telltale game, right?
Yeah, it's like the best looking Telltale game you'll ever see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real good. Yeah, hey, I think that's going to do it then. We did it. Well, actually, no. What are the available now? Oh, we put in some Game Pass games. So, available now in Game Pass, you have My Friend is Pedro, which I definitely suggest going to check out. Naruto to Boruto, Did Chocolate write these things in here?
Yeah, these are from last week, I think.
Yeah, and not going to say the next one. And Demon's Tilt. So...
Dude, I looked at Demon's Tilt. It's like a 80s pinball game that you fight dragons, and it's weird but cool looking. So yeah.
Huh. Too bad there's no Metroidvanias in there. Huh?
Or isometric roguelikes.
Isometric Metroidvania roguelikes.
There we go.
There it is. All right, let's plug this thing up. Make sure you head on over to iTunes, rate us, give us that sweet, sweet 5-star rating, leave a review, all that good stuff. More exposure just gets us out to everybody. So make sure you guys are over there liking and rating the podcast. If you want to keep up with us on a day-to-day basis, come hang out in Discord. That's where we're all at, all three of us, every day. Some of us are dealing with new houses and babies and stuff, but hey, we still pop in when we can.
Lies.
Links for that are in the show notes. If you want to support us with your hard-earned money, head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast, and maybe you can be like Kathy and win yourself a nice gift card or some Game Pass Ultimate stuff. Congrats again, Kathy. And as always, shout out to our top-tier contributor, Chaotic. Thanks for all the support.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
You're the best.
100%. And if you want to support us in a different way, we do have a merch store with Spreadshirt. If you want to get yourself a hoodie for this winter or a t-shirt, long sleeve shirt, hats, all sorts of stuff. Links for our merch store are in the show notes. If you want to keep up with us on Twitter and Instagram, CAG Podcast is the place to be. Questions and comments, all that other good stuff. Nope. Why am I reading off this? What a terrible idea. If you need to reach us via email for anything, cagpodcast@gmail.com. That's the last part of this, friends. I am at Risky the Kid everywhere. If you want to contact me, don't know why you would. But, Moose, how about you?
Moosenstein 8314. Make sure all complaints go to ChocolateBear80
at gmail.com. And Lidonian, where can the people find you?
Lidonian everywhere.
Easy enough. Hey, man, thanks for being on the show. It's been a long time. Let's make sure that we do this a little more often. Not like 4 to 5 to 6 months away from each other again.
Whoa, it was only a month, Risky.
It feels like forever.
It does feel like forever, but I got the setup all ready to go. So I'll be ready at the drop of a hat.
That's the thing.
As long as I'm not traveling and baby's not
noon.
crying and
a few things have to line up.
Excuses.
Huh? Yeah.
Here they go. If the situation's perfect and the wind's not blowing, and
Hey, he said he
hey,
had
if it's on a
up.
Monday at night, I'm good.
So whenever Chocolate's not here, Lidonian will be our new
Yes.
Yep.
third
There you go.
member.
Cheerio.
Pip, pip. All right,
All
great.
right.
Thanks,
Yep.
Lidonian. You're the best. And thank you, everyone else, for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
See you later.
Baby,
What kind of motorcycle does Santa ride on?
What kind?
A Harley Davidson.
That's retarded.
There.
All right. What is Santa's favorite candy?
Candy cane.
Nah, bro. Jolly Ranchers.
Ayo.
Ah,
Why does Santa hate going down the chimney?
'cause he's fat.
Because he's claustrophobic.
Oh God, that was a chocolate joke for sure.
Oh, that's a good one. Why are trees so bad at knitting?
Why?
They always drop their needles.
All right. What do elves learn in school?
The alphabet.
You're the worst.
Yes!
Got him.
I high-five myself for you.
Which reindeer loves cleaning? Comet.
Damn it. I was going through each of them in my head, and I was like, one of these is going to make sense. There it was.
All right. Last one. What is every parent's favorite Christmas carol?
Deck the halls.
Why would it be that?
I don't know.
Silent Night.
That's
true.
It's at least
Ladonian
your
knows.
favorite.
Dude, I haven't had a Silent Night in 7 years almost. Get out of here with that.
I love how we all had Christmas ones, and I'm pretty sure none of us communicated that, or at least I did.
Oh, it's kind of a given if you've been listening to the podcast.
Oh,
anytime
man,
soon.
really showing us.
Yeah, what the
Yikes. Stop
fuck?
the recording.